going to have a lot of great runners playing Hyperstone Heist on this channel, so definitely stay tuned, and hopefully we can get some information shared here in chat or elsewhere, Discord, whatever, about the other times and runners. But right now we're going to be focusing on this matchup here between Gutosur and SpaceCoastGamer. Yeah, anything else to say, Godfrey?
Should be a really good race. Gutosur is currently ranked 4th for the hard run in the world. Space Coast is over 6th, I think. There's about a 2-minute time difference between their current PBs, so Gutosur definitely has an edge. But it's anybody's game. One mistake from either side, and it's a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so if the runners can get to the character select screen, we are going to start counting down, and we are go. All right, so here we go.
Yep, looks like we got Space Coast on the right, Gutosur on the left.
All right, so what you're going to see a lot in all of these runs is a lot of shoulder bashing.
A lot of Raphael and a lot of shoulder bashing.
That's right. So just to get all that stuff out of the way, Raph has an edge over all the other turtles, being able to do a 2-hit shoulder move, where all of the other turtles have to do a 3-hit shoulder bash to clear. So, and as well, Raph has a kind of a quick shoulder bash move where if you can kind of spin across the screen and come out of that spin with a shoulder bash, that is a 1-hit kill. So you'll definitely see the runners exploiting that when possible.
Yeah, I think the roll into the shoulder bash is like a 1-hit kill on the foot, any Foot Clan, right? It's 4 hits. Or just
Yeah.
the shoulder bash being 2 hits.
Right. Yep. Exactly. And so pretty much wherever they can do that, even like these robots or anything like that, getting the roll into the shoulder bash is going to be a huge benefit if they can pull that off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're almost out of the sewers here. Looks like Guto is out.
Yep, he's got the edge.
And right
Space
after.
Coast is close.
Yep, it should be out now.
Yep. It looks like Gutosur has about a 15-second lead, give or take.
Yep, looks like about that. See, once we get into some bosses and other environmental hazard areas of the game, those are some of the trickier spots. Obviously, there's a lot of optimization, and what you're trying to do with these shoulder bashes as well, when possible, is try to group the enemies and manipulate them to come together as much as possible. The solo kills are fine and quick, but if you can get a group together, that's where you're really going to save a bunch of time.
Yeah, the more enemies you can kill with a single attack, the better.
Exactly.
I'm trying to keep up with the time and see just how much of a lead Gutosur maintains. If Space Coast is closing the gap any, or if Gutosur is pulling away more.
Right. Looks like Guto is down the sewer now. So that was at about 257 or so.
257 or so, yeah.
Yep. So this sewer section is the first boss fight. We got Leatherhead coming up.
Right there at 319.
Yep. Looks about right.
Okay. About 20 seconds or so.
Yep. Got some Pizza Monster action going on here. Gotta love the Pizza Monsters.
I like watching them dodge. You can tell the prep work that goes into these runs. When you see runners that know exactly where to go stand on the screen to dodge enemies when they're spawning already.
Yep. Yeah, and you can tell they just want to get out of that screen as soon as possible.
Space Coast using a little bit of a different strategy there, actually attacking and killing the pizza monster.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive if killing the pizza monsters actually speeds up that screen or not, judging by Guto's run. You know, he didn't really.
He didn't,
go out of
but
effort to take him out. So
I didn't pay attention to where Guto was when he cleared.
Leatherhead down here. Yep, there he goes. Leatherhead's down for Guto. And Space Coast is at Leatherhead right now. So with Leatherhead, as you kind of saw, you've got like a 4-hit pattern that you need to do. And then he drops and moves. So you're trying to just kind of get those 4 hits in and let him go across. It's kind of similar for the first few bosses. Sort of similar pattern. And Space
There,
Coast
Leatherhead's down. So the black screen was at 455. So it looks like Guto pulled ahead a little bit more. About a 30-second gap now.
Kind of a similar process here Guto's using, just kind of avoiding enemies, keeping his health. Kind of an auto-scroller stage. This is probably my favorite music of the
It is, absolutely. That's what I was just thinking. This is the best music.
Just a banger track right here.
And auto-scrollers are tough in speedruns.
They are. They're speedrunners like Bane, basically.
Yeah, it's, just sit here and just watch the screen roll and watch all this time. There's no strategy to speed this up. It's literally just you have to go through this entire thing.
All right, Guto onto the pirate ship here. You'll notice like a lot of these environmental, you know, things that are due to like benefit a normal casual run, like that box up there, are not being used, just because it's quicker to take the enemies out rather than try to bait the enemies up there for a kill.
Makes sense.
You'll also kind of notice that both the runners, when possible, are basically trying to stay on a track. By just moving horizontally, it's a little bit easier to control some of those and operate some of those roll to shoulder movements, as well as try to line up the enemies a little bit more for you. Sometimes you do have to chase, but where possible, it's better to kind of let them come to you.
Yep, a lot faster that way.
So we got some environmental hazards coming in here with the barrels. Just staying to the left or right of the screen here. We'll avoid those. Don't want to get smushed. That's a nice lineup by Guto on those.
Yeah, that was
last
that
few
was
rock guys.
That was a thing of beauty there.
Yep, that was great. All right, so Guto is in the caves now, which is going to be Rocksteady's the Rocksteady fight here coming up. Sort of a similar fight to Leatherhead, but he's got a little bit different movement than Leatherhead. You're still looking to get kind of a few hits on one side, then move to the other side, rinse and repeat type of thing. There's a few things you can do to change that pattern, but for the most part, that's what he's going to be looking to do. right, so Gudo is coming up on Rocksteady here. There he is.
There he is.
This is frustrating as a runner too, just waiting for all this text.
Yeah.
Go by on the
Anything that you can't speed up yourself.
Yep.
Is a killer in a speed run.
All right, so he's getting his few hits. He's got he's trying to get him to get to the other side so he can actually roll and shoulder hit, which is cool. He's got he rolls into that shoulder. He's doing some extra damage there. It's great. All right,
Space Coast has got him.
Space Coast starting out that fight with some super attacks, which does drain your health. If possible, it's a small time save, but if you can finish a boss with just a small amount of health, it does speed up the end fight a little bit, so it doesn't have to count down as far.
Space Coast has got Rocksteady down. So next boss coming up is Tatsu.
Tatsu, that's right.
Yep, Tatsu is next.
I think this is the only Turtles game, and maybe you know another one, but where Tatsu makes an appearance.
It's the only one I know of.
I'm not familiar with another one.
I know this game is very similar to Turtles in Time for the Super NES.
Yes.
But some different bosses, and the stages in, if I'm correct, the stages in Hyperstone Heist are much longer than Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
But Turtles in Time has more stages.
Yep. Yeah, we're not going back in time at all here. We're not fighting Slash or any of that. None
of that stuff.
No prehistoric Turtlesaurus in this game. All right, we're on to the next screen. This is the dojo. Got a few tricky things going on in the dojo. One of the more difficult screens with some spikes and some laser beams, a little bit more environmental hazard stuff coming in. So we'll see how the runners do on those stages.
Space Coast is now entered the dojo.
Here's the spikes. This is one where it's kind of best just to let the enemies come to you, because you can get really bounced around by the spikes if you try to chase too much, which is kind of what Gudo did there, is just staying to the right, kind of let the foot soldiers come to him.
See if Space Coast does the same strategy here. He's chasing a little bit more.
More chasing, but he... Yes,
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, hopefully this doesn't... Yeah, alright, he got out of there. Yeah. You can get caught in a pattern there with the spikes where it's tough to get out of, and took a death there.
That took a death. That's hard on a speed run.
The hard difficulty is a tough one for sure. So I think we should definitely expect to see some deaths going on in these runs.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in the later stages and Shredder.
Yeah.
Shredder is a nightmare on the hard difficulty.
Yeah, for as easy as he is on easy and normal difficulties, he moves a lot faster and hard. So that'll be an interesting one to watch. All right, we're to the Tatsu fight for Gudo here. Tatsu himself, the mechanic is the same and pretty easy to pull off on all of these. It's really like just kind of staying away from the foot soldiers and not getting held there. You can see him rushing just moving on the screen vertically and then rushing to the boss and getting his hits in. So it's a pretty clean Tatsu kill for Guto there. And it looks like Space Coast is almost to Tatsu as well here. Gotta clear these guys out. There we go. Cowabunga.
Alright, so Guto has moved on to the Baxter area now.
Yeah, this is the boss rush stage. So
That's what I was getting ready to say.
we get to see all the bosses again now after some Pizza Monster action. So this is kind of an area where if you had used like a special attack strategy or something in previous boss fights, may not be the best strategy now, since you have to kind of stay alive for all the bosses. So getting in as many and either sliding kicks or special attacks as possible is probably the best way to go here.
So still employing that attacking the Pizza Monster strategy. A hard hit though there.
Alright, Leatherhead is down for Guto.
On to Rocksteady.
Still doing that shoulder bash move, which is great.
Ooh, that was a big knockback. Space Coast is about halfway through Leatherhead.
Yep.
Should be it there.
Cycle there, yep. Here comes Tatsu for Guto. Same type of thing. Side to side. Try not to get held by the foot soldiers. You can see there's an extra foot soldier here, so you got held a little bit there. Just slows him down a little bit.
There's another death for Space Coast. Guto's health is dropping. We might see a death here.
Yeah, the Mosers, so he's to Baxter now, so the Mosers can be a little problematic. Definitely chucks a lot of them. But the idea is basically just to stay below him and do those kicks that Guto's doing right now. Hope to take out the Mosers as you kick Baxter. But it's really easy to get knocked off your game there, so one more of those hits and might be Guto's first death. Down to 1 health. Oh, there he goes.
Yep. Space Coast is now through Tatsu as well, so
also pretty low on health though.
Yep.
So he's gotta watch that.
Gotta watch that. If he cannot take a death here, this could be a big time save moment for him though.
Yep, absolutely. Space Coast got some nice low kicks going on there.
Yep, keeping those Mousers down.
Guto took another death there.
Ooh. Alright, Guto's through Stockman, but Space Coast made up some time on this stage.
Yeah, Space Coast is having a really nice Baxter fight right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fantastic Baxter.
And he's through Baxter. That was a big time save for Space Coast.
Right.
This just got a lot more interesting.
There's a few environmental hazards in this stage as well, Crane stage coming up, that can be a little bit difficult to navigate. There's some lasers and some freeze rays going on, so hopefully the runners don't have too much of a problem with those. Those can be super frustrating for a run. And Krang is always a little bit of a wild card in this run. There's sort of a quick kill pattern that you can get, but it's not really a manipulatable. I'm making up words here, but can't really manipulate it. So you kind of get what you get with Krang, and we'll see if either of them get a quick kill on Krang.
Guto's about a full screen ahead of Space Coast, but
yep, he did a nice job with the robots there. Guto did. That was also good.
That was good. That was clean.
That can be an annoying part if some of those get away from you and start to circle. So nice to do that clean.
Space Coast has got a nice back and forth now.
Ooh, took a shuriken there. So here's the freeze ray stage. Looks like Guto was able to avoid that. That's good. Now Space Coast is on his freeze ray part.
Oh, that one
got him there. Yep. Bummer. And it's really just kind of luck where those things pop up.
Yeah.
Guto takes a death there with the balls. All right, Guto is almost a Krang here. This section is a very kind of potentially frustrating section. He's doing a good job of staying in the middle without getting zapped too much. It's so easy to get zapped at this part. All right, Guto is on to Krang now. And Space Coast enters the pain zone here.
Yeah, this is a rough area.
It is super rough. It's so frustrating.
Really tight space between those two lasers, and
yep.
Take the death there. They're pretty close on lives, though.
Yep.
One hit from Krang here on Guto, and he's through Krang. So
Guto got him. All right.
I thought he might take a death there, but so Space Coast can get through the Krang fight pretty clean and quick. Ooh, that was a hard hit.
If you can get him before he... Yeah, that was actually a good Krang fight for Space Coast. If you can get him before he... I don't think either of the runners had to deal with the him chucking the fireballs or whatever, which can be a time waster there. So onto the elevator. Basically just similar groups of enemies coming out of the doors here. Try to dispatch them as quickly as possible. You'll see a lot of rolls into shoulders into the doors to try to clear those out. Guto is onto some Mausers here, maybe. And next, Guto will have the robot. or the I think some more foot soldiers.
Ooh, Space Coast took another death there.
Oof. So this section coming up for Gudo here. Foot soldiers are rising out of the floor. If you can kill them fast enough, you can get a time save here for where you come out with the elevator door. See if you can clear him out where he can get to this door here. It looks like he does. And he's on to Shredder. All right, this is it. So for Shredder, it's very, very difficult to hit him in the red or green patterns. Really, runners have to optimize getting hits on him when he goes to the blue ice pattern. He just moves so fast in the red and green patterns that it's very difficult to get him.
And you'll notice Gudo's timer has now went red. His current record on speedrun.com is a 25:39. So this is slower than his top run currently. Space Coast still has about a 2-minute gap here though for his current submitted best run.
Yeah, no, if you can PB here, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Gudo getting in some nice slide attacks. He's almost got Shredder here.
And
yes, he got him.
26-20 for Gudo.
Congrats, Gudo. Great run.
That's a great run. That would still put him just barely outside of the 5th place run. Space Coast is on a great run. This may be a PB for him today.
Got him. Come on, let's go.
Got him.
All right.
26:55.
Awesome.
Great race.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Fire Shredder is the worst. It is really hard to get any sort of hits on him. Green, you could see Gudo kind of sliding under his attack, and then the blue attack is the easiest to kind of get in there and do some damage. Fantastic runs, both Gudo and Space Coast. Pretty hype stuff.
That was hype. That was a good run. That was great.
All right, I think we're going to bring in Space Coast and Gudo here for a post-run interview here. So they're going to jump in with us, and we can talk about the runs a little bit. Welcome in, Gudo and Space Coast. Congrats on some excellent running. Congrats to Gudo on the win there. And congrats on the PB, Space Coast.
It was a close one, man. GG.
Yeah, excellent job. So, how do you both feel about the runs, and where do you think things went good? Things went could have gone better.
I wasn't watching his run, but it was very tight until the end, right?
It was very tight. You had a very big lead, Gudo, going into I think the Baxter area.
Yep.
And it got really tight in the Baxter fight. I think you took that death on Baxter, and
I think it was one or two deaths.
Yeah, it was one or two deaths in that section, and Space Coast went through it pretty clean and made up a ton of time.
Yeah, that fight can go wrong very easily. You can, if the dogs corner you there, you're just gonna get stun lock and die. It's simple as that.
Yep. Yeah, the Mosers can really mess up your rhythm there for sure.
But yeah, good one.
Yeah, it was clean.
Yeah, you had a really nice Shredder fight too, Gudo. It took him out pretty good there. Sliding under the green pattern was working for you.
I don't know how the top runners can do it there easily, but I'm not as good as like inverting the attack and sliding. So sometimes I get messed up.
Yeah, it was pretty clean though.
It's a very hard thing to do, but
Yeah, especially
it was a good one.
Yeah, the fire attacks there are definitely the worst. I mean, that's a hard one to get in on Shredder on. So, yep.
Yeah, but yeah, it was very fun, and I hope to see Space maybe next. He can surely claim the other bracket and maybe in the finals again.
That was a lot of
maybe,
fun.
who knows?
Dude, you put up a heck of a fight there. Really,
you too.
A lot of fun. I really appreciate the time Dinos put into this, and ZG and all these guys. And the game's really underrated. Really don't understand why there's not more runners for it. It's a fantastic game, plays really well, and it's a lot of fun. So
yeah, agreed.
But GG, totally Gudo, congratulations on your win there.
It was great.
See
great
you
job
soon,
on both
hopefully.
you guys.
Cool.
Who knows, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good luck to both of you continuing on in the brackets, and we've got a lot more Hyperstone action going on here this weekend. So, actually, no, let's see.
That's all the matches that are scheduled for today until April the 1st.
Okay, there we go. So we got a break.
We got more stuff coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's it. I see you guys soon, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for the great job, guys. Excellent.
Yeah, thanks for everyone that tuned in as well. Thanks for being here and catching this race. Stay tuned to this channel for more Hyperstone stuff coming up in the coming days here. And we'll see y'all later. If Gudo or Space Coast is still planning on being live, we can go raid one of those guys.
Nah, time zones are a little bit different. I need to eat.
Fair enough. All right. Have a good day, guys.
All right. See you later.
Later, guys.